This is a review on the 36-inch Husky garage cabinet. Now, these things came packaged amazing. They had heavy corrugated pieces in between all the sections. I mean, this is like 3/4 of an inch thick. This is literally like a piece of wood. I mean, I can smash this on this side, nothing on the other side. So that's what the packaging looks like. This is some of the parts. What I did was, while assembling the unit, comes with this package here. This is actually for all 3 cabinets. But the one package comes with your brackets for the shelving itself, a tie back strap, a tie that goes on the wall, these nice gaskets, which actually go on the back of the cabinet. I'm not sure if you could see that. Right here, these little knockouts. It's a little rubber grommet if you want to send some wires through. Also comes with the lag bolts to mount these brackets to the wall for your strapping. Comes with a nice set of directions. Right here, pretty self-explanatory. Again, this is the 36-inch storage cabinet. And I opted for the, and it also comes with an Allen key if you wanted to do it by hand. Or it actually comes with a bit with a 1/4 inch tip. Just like this. Nice. Pop it right into your drill and you're good to go. Now when you're doing this, don't crank down on the screws. I finish on the 14 setting. This is a Milwaukee 12 volt. And I start on the 1 setting. So while you're assembling the unit, you want to put the screws in, and you're supposed to put them in hand tight. So you have some play when you do stand the unit up. Because what you'll do is you'll assemble the unit. Those are with the doors on. But you're going to assemble the box first, which is all around here, all around, down. And the doors actually come off pretty easy. They're on some hinges here with some pins. But what you'll do is you'll assemble the box loosely and you'll stand it up. And then at that point, the best thing to do is get your doors on. Slide them in place, and then they basically just, you want to look up here, make sure they're flush. And then once you have the doors flush, then you come around back and you want to start tightening down on all these screws here. All these are all separate panels. Very easy to line up. Out of all these cabinets, I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I also have 3 wall cabinets which are under there, under the TV. They were assembled last week. And I just purchased another 4 of these 36-inch cabinets, which I'll be lining up all across here. I'll take a little picture of it once I'm done. And you'll see that I opted for the casters down the bottom. I think these are 5-inch casters. And if you are going to opt for the casters, then make sure you follow directions. And you install the straight stationary wheels in the front with the locks facing out, right? Because you want to be able to roll it in and out and lock it or unlock it. And the back is where your swiveling happens. And this cabinet, really easy to move around. I mean, I was amazed. I'm like, why are the casters on the back? You know, those swivel casters. But this thing moves around. This is me with one hand, nothing in it. And you can just move it around however way you like. And it just spins. Just like that. Also, on the sides here, you'll see like midway, all these little holes match up. This will match up to this other cabinet here. I'm not sure if you could see it, but there's another hole right here. And you can marry them together so they're nice and seamless. Just like these here. Which will eventually, like I said, they will be across the wall. I have the Husky bench behind this. I also have the Husky toolbox. I'm a fan of the Husky stuff. It's pretty durable. Never had any issues. You can probably see a little bit better here. I got the downlight now. But you can knock these out wherever you have your receptacle heights. Here, here. You put those rubber grommets in from the inside. That's the same hole that we were looking at in the back. You can knock that out. And you put your shelving in. Pop those brackets. We'll show you the brackets. Let's go grab one. They package their stuff really nice. It's in little plastic bags. I have these little clips here. You can just get these puppies wherever you want them. Slide them right in. You click in, and then you get your shelf. And the edge of your shelf sits right in there. Boom. You want to move it. It's not like it isn't jammed in there like some of your other shelves. Like once you have these locked in, you have to smack them out with a hammer. These are loose enough to where you can pull it right out again and raise it up if you want to. Raise it right up. Pull it out. So, you know, obviously you get different size items and things like that. And, you know, you have to move the shelves around. Another nice feature is the doors are set up like pegboards. So I ordered some baskets here and there. I'll probably set up, you know, a cabinet with some baskets so I could put all my sprays in there. WD-40s, you know, gum out, brake cleaner, things like that. But yeah, we got 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna set them up along the wall. It's basically gonna force me to go through all this stuff here. I tried to keep that all electrical. Some tools here. You know, got welders. There goes the Deco welder. There goes my bad boy right there. Love that machine. Absolutely love it. That's awesome. I did a review on it. It's fantastic. But all in all, it'll force me to go through all this stuff. And, you know, because everybody has a bunch of things that you just hold on to, you know, and they're just, when do you really use them? You use parts and pieces. You might weld a crazy bolt. You know, I do a lot of commercial work, so I got some like, you know, actual structural steel bolts. You know, you pick them up off the job site. You're like, hey, that's pretty cool. I use it for a paperweight on my desk, and then next thing you know, it's in my garage. So, and then I have my toolbox back there. That Husky toolbox been with me for a long time. Then I bought the bottom, and I'm slowly just adding. And then I bought the tool bench next to it, right there. I took my gas RC cars out of hibernation. They've been there and stuffed in the basement for like 15 years, something like that, 10, 15 years. I just brought them out and started working on them. But we also started working on like putting a TV in here, and we're running our shop out of here now. That's us. So just trying to get organized, hopefully get a lot of this stuff into these cabinets. But again, we love the Husky tool line and the cabinet line. It's fantastic. It's durable. They're very well made. I can tell you the packaging on this, I was so impressed by the packaging, it was almost frustrating. But not one cabinet had any issues. There was no dings or dents or scratches in any of the finish whatsoever. Every hole, every screw lined up. No issues whatsoever. Even though like the outside of the packaging of the box had some hits, I was like, oh man, you know, when they got delivered, there's going to be something wrong here. And there wasn't. There was just so much packaging in there. And in between every piece of metal, you're going to find this nice foam material, protection. And I'll tell you, it took longer to take the cabinets out of the packages. And then this film is on every piece of metal on the sides. So you have to remove this plastic, and then it exposes the actual finish. So not only do you have this heavy cardboard here in between the pieces, you have this heavy cardboard, which you can use this to do whatever. I mean, I like to, when I was assembling the cabinets, I actually got this stuff and I laid it on the floor. And there's so much of it in one box that you can lay it out on the floor and start assembling your cabinet on there. I suggest you do that, and you'll avoid scratching or any dents. And it's nice because they're, you know, they're nice and flat. I mean, I can walk on this thing, and you know, that's the level of protection that they're putting in the box, which is, like I said, is awesome. In addition to this cardboard, they had this plywood on the ends of the boxes. So this plywood would be, you know, this is how long the box is. And then this plywood was at the end of the packing, sitting like that. One on the top and one on the bottom. So you get some little pieces of material too when you order this stuff. And I do a lot of buying and selling of miscellaneous things on eBay and Marketplace and whatnot. So I get this packing and I reuse it, you know. The cardboard stuff is awesome. You know, I just pile that stuff up and I use it. Even, you know, you have this stuff here, and then you have this stuff that they use as packing as well. And this is equivalent, that's probably like a little bit over an 1/8 inch thick, almost an eighth. This is like the stuff that they lay down matting. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have a shelf set up in here yet, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the shelves up, and those places on the shelves where I have, like, you know, like these oddball things, I might have like a tube of grease or a tube of caulk that might be open, or, you know, you might have some bearing grease that kind of occasionally leaks out of the bottom. I'm going to put this on the shelf and protect the shelf with it. This is nice material. And actually this comes in the box as well as part of the packing. So I saved all that stuff. You know, it's nice. It comes in all different sizes too. So I think there's a lot of material here that you can repurpose. Also, when I got my wall cabinets, I don't know if you can see that there, I got all that foam. So if you have to pack anything, and all those layers of foam on the bottom there where the shelves are, because those are the shelves for my wall cabinets, that came with a bunch of material too, packing material. So if you're in the buying and selling and packaging things and maybe selling on eBay, you're going to get a lot of packing material out of this. A lot. And I think this was a great buy. I got, you know, Home Depot was running a special this week, and I got, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 36-inch cabinets. And I got 3, I believe they're 30s or 36-inch wall cabinets. 4 sets of casters, some wire baskets, and a couple miscellaneous wire hangers that go inside the doors. Right in here, like I was talking about earlier, for roughly $1,500. So that's pretty amazing compared to your other systems. Which, you know, if I was to get this wall done here, it probably cost me $2,500, $3,000, you know, to get that done. So my wall cabinets are now going to take the place of these cabinets or shelving. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then once we get behind here, I'll have those 3 wall cabinets in place of this shelf. And I'll have a full system, almost wall to wall. You know, and at that point I have my TV, which that's a 42-inch. And that might be just enough room for a 48-inch cabinet if I wanted to put it there, but that's not my intention. So, yeah, like I said, you know, these things wheel around really easy. You know, you keep the one side stationary and pivot. You can move forward or backward. Really nice. Comes with a lock. Have the keys that come with it. When you are putting these together, there's 2 screws right here. They come with 2. These are the only 2 different screws that come in the kit. And they need to go on this side. And what that does is when you do lock this, it prevents this leaf here from being able to be raised off the pin. So these screws are raised, if you can see from the side, right there, and then they go into this hole, so you can't lift the door once it's closed. So be sure to put those in. Don't throw them out. And that's it. That is the 36-inch cabinet, Husky cabinet, that I ordered online from Home Depot. And I am very, very satisfied with it. I don't know if you could see, but I actually put these casters on wrong. I have to flip them around. I put the swivel ones in front, and I put the stationary ones in back. I need to switch these. They need to look like this. Because, you know, it swivels the wrong way. It looks like it's the right way, but it's not. So make sure you read your manual before you go assembling or anything like that. Like I said, the finish is awesome. I can't wait to get them in place, get the shelves where I need them. I'm excited. I finished them last night. I was up until about 1 in the morning screwing away. Like I said, a couple tips is if you have a Milwaukee drill or if you have a drill with a chuck on it, if you don't know what this does, this actually adjusts the torque of your screw. So you can set this to a low setting, and then what that'll do is you can almost hold the bit and feel the tension on there. So this will click, you know, just like an impact gun. So I would start off with this, and then once you stand up the cabinet and align the doors, if you have, like I said, if you have a drill like this, or any drill with an adjustable chuck, that's what it's called, crank it up. Don't put it on the drill setting, because then that won't slip. It'll just keep turning, and you'll strip out the screw. But I've set mine on 14. So I start out on 1 when I set all the screws in. When I go to set the doors and align them, I'll put this on 14, which is perfect. You could actually test it. What I did was I screwed a screw in with the Allen key, and I checked to see what kind of tension I was looking for. And then I matched that to the drill. Pop that hex bit in, and that's given to you in the package, and you can assemble this thing really quick. It's harder to take everything out of the packaging and remove the plastic from the finish than it is to put the cabinet together. These went together simple. If you're using the casters, and I like the Milwaukee tools because they're super light and you got these small batteries. Awesome. This is probably one of my favorite tools. The 3/8 ratchet. This is nice. So if you're going to put the casters on and you're going to use this, put the screws in by hand. And I believe they're 10 millimeter screws to put the casters in. You definitely want to use an extension. In my case, I have a 3/8 by 1/4 inch adapter with a 3/8 extension. If you use a 3/8, I noticed the shaft is too wide and you can't make it past the wheel. The only other way around that is to use a swivel 3/8 on the end and then go to a 10 mil. But if you could stay with the 1/4 inch 10 millimeter, this is like a 6-inch extension that'll allow you to pass the wheel. If you can get an idea on what I was doing there. And you put these wheels on not after you have the cabinet assembled, but when it's leaning on its back. So once it's leaning on its back, right before you're ready to raise it up, put your casters on, or your feet, stand it right up on the casters, because that's where it's going to live. And that's where you want to set your doors to, where your casters are going to be. You don't want to set your doors and everything first. You know, tighten all these screws, because you may be out of alignment once you put the casters on. Another thing I notice is even though, you know, you may line it up in one spot, my floor is not 100% true and level. So as you wheel it around, you're going to see these doors are going to kind of move, and these, see how that's off now? But then I might roll it back this way, and it goes back off again because I hit a low spot. Now you can go this way, and now, boom, it's level again. So you may roll it back, and see that it gets out of level, and then roll it another spot. But once you get it where it's living, like going to be living most of its life, you can always get some plastic shims or composite shims and just throw them under the wheels, lock them, and you're good to go. In my case, I'm probably going to, I'm going to put them all along this wall, and I want them nice and tight, so I'll bolt them together once I'm done coating the floor and everything else I want to do. So part of it was, and I suggest this to anyone, I know a lot of people like to build things in place, you know. They like to build their benches in place. I have this bench built here. So, but what I did was, I don't have any legs going from here to the floor. So I did that purposely, so when it came time to coat the floor, I'm able to wheel everything out. So right now I'm in the winter of, where I live. So everything that I have where I'm putting in here, I try to put it on wheels. That's what kind of triggered me. Like even my job box. I know people like to have like portable tables moving around. And I was like, fighting myself on like what to do for a table. And I love a big flat surface. And then I figured out, well, I rolled my job box in here, and this thing is pretty much 48 by 30 some inches wide, and it works perfect. So my plan to do with this is to get a 4x8 sheet, and I'm going to run a band of 2x4s and make like a lip that's going to swallow the top of this. And that way I'll have a full 4x8 sheet top that'll be able to sit on top of here. It won't move because the 2x4s are going to lock it in, but I'll still be able to remove it off the top, put it on the side. And that'll be, everything is able to be moved out of here. So again, I'm doing it that way. So when it comes time to coat the floor, I can wheel everything out. These shelves here can't be wheeled out because they're on the floor. And I make sure that I don't build anything in place. And if anything is built in place, it's hanging off the wall. It's not supported from the floor. Like that stuff there. That's a shelf that goes all the way down to the ground. That wire shelf is actually on wheels. Everything else is on wheels though. So at the end of the day, if I wanted to move or do anything, I can wheel all of my stuff out of this garage into my trailer and off to another location. And it makes cleaning so easy. You know, I did this in my other garage. You wheel everything out and you're done. You can clean up. You can recoat the floor. Obviously, in my case, I still have some spackle work and stuff to do. So I want to be ready for that. But like I said, it's going to force me to go through a lot of this stuff. And probably throw most of it out. And, you know, it forces you to organize. And I'll get everything behind these cabinets. And then I'm going to be moving on to coating and spackling and so on and so forth. So that's the plan. That's my wood burner there. Love that thing. I actually have a filter, an 8-inch inline fan with a carbon filter that also has filter fabric media in the back of it, and it just sucks the cold air and it just blows it across the top here. And I have usually put water in here so it's generating steam, and then I pick up the heat from the flue and it sends it heats the garage up real quick. But kind of getting off topic there, but the main thing is these cabinets, absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough about them. I'm very happy. My wife actually really talked me into getting them to clear up the inside of the garage, so you don't see all the stuff that's on the shelf and all that. You know, I have all this stuff here, cleaning supplies, filters for oil filters, reducer, paint. All that stuff will be in the cabinets now. It'll be nice and neat. And you know, when you start to get neat, that stuff starts to snowball, and then you get into like coating the floor and all that, and it really turns out, you know, nice. And I'll have all my collectibles still up on the wall there. So slowly but surely, it's getting done. But thanks for watching. Here's another couple projects. That's why I want to get this stuff. I want to get this stuff wrapped up so I can finish this girl up right here. I'm going to do a little review on this too. This is something that I picked up. And yeah, that'll be separate. But thanks for watching. If I get any new products, I'll be posting up. Take care.